This is the first video on index laws for Year 10 Foundation classes. What I would like you to do is read the Knowledge Organiser, watch this video and work through the examples from page 1, try the questions from page 2 of your Knowledge Organiser and complete any Maths Watch work set. So what we are going to look at doing today is using these rules for indices. Now this is split over two Knowledge Organisers. I'm going to focus on the top three today. So it says, use the law of indices. Indices is a plural word of index to multiply and divide powers with the same base. When it says the same base, if we have a look at the example down here, these are all 2 to the power of something. 2 is the base. So the base is the large number. To multiply 2 powers with the same base, we add our indices. So I'm going to talk through this in a second for you and I'll show you how to do this. To divide 2 powers with the same base, you subtract the indices. So you do the inverse. Imagine multiplication and division are the inverse of each other. So for multiplication you add, for division you subtract. What we are then going to do is look at what we do when we have brackets as well. So to raise one power to another power, you multiply the indices. So if we imagine we've got brackets, you multiply these outside. I'll talk to you about an example of that in a minute. So if we have a look at the questions we have here, this is 2 to the power of 6 times 2 to the power of 8 divided by 2 to the power of 2. What you do is we work left to right. So we add the power. So 6 add 8 is 14. So we get 2 to the power of 14 divided by 2 to the power of 2. Because we have a divide, we then subtract our powers. And that gives us 2 to the power of 12. Because the question asks you to leave your answer in index form, you do not need to work out what 2 to the power of 12 is. In fact, in most of these examples, that's all. You've just got to work out what you're missing. Leave it as an indice. I do not believe you have to work out the exact answer in any of them. So, if we have a look at our second example, it's a fraction here, and it says 2 cubed times 2 to the power of 5. And then on the bottom line we have 2 to the power of 8 divided by 2 to the power of 6. What we do for this is we work out the top line first. So we add our powers and that gives me 2 to the power of 8. And then on the bottom line we work out what these would be. So we do 8 take away 6 and that gives me 2 to the power of 2. When you have a fraction, it's the same as a divide. So what we then do is we subtract our powers. That gives me 2 to the power of 6. Before I finish, I want to show you what to do when we have a bracket. So say we have 2 to the power of 4, brackets 2 to the power of 2. If you have a question like this, our third rule here says we raise one power to another power, multiply the indices, and that's what you do. You go 4 times 2, and that gives you 2 to the power of 8. Can you use this video to complete the questions on page 2 of your Knowledge Organiser and any Maths Watch work set by your class teacher? Thank you.